Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2.
A new season and a new coaching staff for the Mississinewa Lady Indian basketball team. They open up their season tonight against the Tipton Lady Blue Devils. After a disappointing 2016-2017 season, the Indian fans are optimistic that they can reach new heights this season. Coming into her second season being a head coach, Omega Tandy and the rest of the coaching staff are very excited for the opportunity presented to them this season. Let's go live to tonight's broadcast crew live from Mississinewa High School.
Well, good evening, basketball fans. Welcome to Mississinewa High School for tonight's Lady Indian basketball on the Tribe Sports Network. Dalton Bishop alongside Josh Dakin, Ryan Scott, also with us here tonight. And Josh, it's been a long time since we've covered basketball, but tonight we get to open up girls' basketball season as they take on the Tipton Lady Blue Devils.
Yeah, and you know what? It is awesome to be back. You know, the last time we did a girls' basketball game was the sectional game earlier this year, so it's good to get back in the gym finally after such a long time. And we really didn't do a whole lot of girls' basketball games last year, but as everybody knows, we are the voice of the Lady Indians, and we will be here all year long to give you coverage of every single home game this year.
Yeah, the Lady Indians under new coaching from Omega Tandy, coming from Evansville. Her only year as a head coach was at Evansville. She had a 11-12 season there, and now she's ready for her second year as a head coach, but this time she's at Mississinewa. We had a chance to talk to her a little bit earlier. We'll have her interview coming up for you here in just a few minutes. But Josh, the thing that really I'm looking for out of the Lady Indians tonight is how they responded to the new coaching.
Yeah, and we're just going to touch on Omega a little bit here. Since she's came to Mississinewa and since she's moved into the community, I've grown to know her, and I happen to be really close with her, and she's such a good lady. She's such a good basketball coach. She coached 1 year as an interim coach at Hamilton Heights and went 11-12 high school-wise, and then last year she was the assistant head coach at Evansville College, and she was the head of recruiting there. So she has a lot of experience. She's a very, very high-profile coach at the high school level, especially for a school like Mississinewa. And it'll be exciting to see what she does, because she does a lot of cool things with her girls to try to win basketball games. And, yeah, like you said, to touch on talking about responding with the new coach, that's going to be a big thing for the ladies because they're used to Kaylee Barnes' system, and now that Omega's in, we'll kind of see what she can do and touch on here. So it'll be interesting to see tonight.
I do know something about the Lady Indians. Earlier this week, I had a chance to go to their practice. Last year, I scrimmaged with last year's team during their practices so that they could have enough players to scrimmage one another. This week, I had a chance to scrimmage against them. And I'm going to tell you what. Last year, I left there sweating. This week, I left there laying on the floor for about 15 minutes trying to catch my breath. These Lady Indians are going to run up and down the court this season.
Yeah, and as you'll hear in the interview, she talks a little bit about her style of play. And let me just tell you, this is an NBA-style offense or a women's NBA style offense. They like to run up tempo. They love to run. They love to gun. They're going to get that ball and they're going to go, and there's going to be no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So it's exciting to see this because last year Kaylee and the Indians slowed it down, played a lot of half-court offense, kind of that. But Omega's going to run this offense, and she's going to take care of the basketball as well.
Well, we've got about 10 minutes before we get things underway from here in Gas City. We're going to step aside for a 60-second timeout and come back and hear Coach Tandy's interview. This is Lady Indian Basketball on the Tribe Sports Network.
Back on the pregame, Coach Tandy with us. Coach, first off, welcome to Mississinewa. And, basically what I want to start off with is you moved from Evansville to Mississinewa when the opportunity was presented to you. So what's it been like moving from Evansville to Mississinewa?
Evansville is such a big city, so it's been good to get back into a small town. Our family really loves the small town feel. I love to be able to go into the CVS and know everybody all the time. So it's been a great transition getting up here.
How's the girls reacted to the new coaching style?
At first I think the girls thought I was insane at some point, but they really have bought in. I mean, from the beginning, I feel like they trusted the vision and understood what we wanted from our culture, and they have responded very well. They are excited just as much as we are, and they're having a lot of fun, which is what makes the difference for us. So they're completely bought in, and I think that they're adjusting really well.
How has practice been preparing for Tipton tonight?
Intense. Practice has been intense. We normally try to keep our practices similar each practice, and so the level of intensity is the same no matter who we're going against or whether we have a game or not. And so that's been really good. We just prepare for Tipton the way we prepare. We want to play a certain style of basketball, and we're going to play that style regardless of who we play. And so we know Tipton is a very good team, and they're well coached, and they have some solid basketball players, and we're just ready to play our style.
What's the game plan against Tipton tonight to prepare for Taylor on Saturday?
Well, the game plan tonight is to play Tipton. I think Tipton brings a lot to the table, and they present some challenges that'll get us ready for our season in general. They have a really good basketball player in Cassidy Crawford, and so for us to be able to shut down a star player like that is going to be something that we can use for all of our games in the future. We're just taking it one game at a time, and so we want to concentrate on Tipton. Even though it's a scrimmage, our girls are here to be competitive and to win. That's the game plan.
Coach, thank you for your time. Best of luck against Tipton tonight, and we'll see you at Taylor on Saturday.
Thank you.
Coach Tandy of the Mississinewa Lady Indians back after this on the Tribe Sports Network.
Hey there, folks, and welcome back to Mississinewa High School here on the Tribe Sports Network. And we're going to go ahead and preview this game a little bit here as we have so far. And then we're going to go ahead and jump in a little bit of the football aspect and talk a little Indians football since they advanced to the regional championship, or the sectional championship, excuse me. And then we'll go ahead and talk a little about boys basketball or whatever time we have left. So we'll go ahead and bring it back to Dalton. Let him take it away.
Thanks, Josh. So tonight is the first night of the 2017-2018 season. The first time tonight we get a look at Mississinewa, the Lady Indians, coming off of a disappointing season last year, losing 15 games. They only won 7. No, they lost 16 games, only won 7. And, tonight, a new coaching staff all the way. I mean, you got Coach Tandy. The only person from the coaching staff last year is Corey Wilson, and he is back, and he's the varsity assistant. You got Omega Tandy. She is the head coach. The varsity assistant is Corey Wilson. Laura Friday, the JV coach. Some assistant coaches for as well on the coaching staff for the Lady Indians is one of the football coaches, Josh Greentree, and Brandon Scott, also a coach on the coaching staff as well. When I saw the Lady Indians in practice, their starting 5 in practice reads as followed: number 24, Erica Foy; number 21, Hallie Plank; number 30, Tyler Bartell; number 15, Allie Hewitt. That was the 5 that started in practice. The Lady Indians roster goes Erica Foy. She is number 24, and she is 6 foot. She's listed as a guard and a forward. She can do both. Hallie Plank, number 21, is a 6-foot center and a junior. Tyler Bartell, number 30, 5'7" guard and a sophomore. Allie Hewitt is a 5'9" guard and a junior. The bench players for the Lady Indians is number 32, Elena Webb, a freshman, 5'9" guard. The other players is a forward, Madison Dotterwick. She wears number 23, 5'9" forward. At another guard is another freshman, a 5'6" freshman guard, number 12, Taylor Ulrich. A forward for the Lady Indians is number 14, Holly Greer, 5'10" senior, and she wears number 14. Another guard for the Lady Indians. The next 3 players are guards for the Lady Indians. They is number 22, Aubrey Tan, 5'8" sophomore. Number 33, Riley McKee, a 5'5" sophomore. And the next person is a senior. She wears number 31, a 5'6" guard, Netta Turner. So that is the Lady Indian varsity roster. The JV will get a little bit of action later tonight. And Josh, let's talk about Mississinewa football.
Yeah, real quick here, just to touch on this game tonight. They're going to play 4 quarters of 15 minutes. The varsity players will get 3 quarters, and the JV team will get 1 quarter. Tipton does not have enough for a JV team, so they have 1 team. The JV will just play their varsity team. But as we go ahead and talk a little bit about Indian football, they picked up the biggest win in postseason history, arguably, against the Marion Giants. It's the first time that the Indians have beat the Giants and the first time that they played them since 1973. It was an interesting game. Mississinewa forced 3 fumbles in that game to turn around and win that ball game, 21-14, and they play a good Western Panther team this Friday at home. Kickoff is at 7 o'clock. That game should be broadcasted here on the Tribe Sports Network, but please make the trip. Get a big rockin' section. This is the first time that the Indians have made it to the sectional championship since they last won it in 1988. Haven't made it to the championship since then. So this is big for the Indians football team, and Coach Funk has only said good things about the team and about the way they can play this week. So if you want to go ahead and touch on that a little bit, Dalton, that'd be fantastic.
Yeah, I also got a chance to talk to Coach Funk. He's very optimistic that they will do a pretty good job against Western, and hopefully they'll make it to the regionals. And we're getting ready to get things underway, so we'll step aside for 2 minutes. This is Lady Indians basketball on the Tribe Sports Network. Well, back here on the Tribe Sports Network, getting ready to get things underway here from Gas City as the Lady Indians are set to scrimmage Tipton. And Josh, here we go, Lady Indian basketball.
I just want to go ahead and say at the end of the second quarter, Coach Andrew Everts of the Mississinewa boys basketball team will be coming up here for an interview. And Dalton, you said you had somebody that was coming up for an interview later as a special guest. So there's a lot of festivities tonight as the scrimmage has just begun, and we'll send it over to Dalton.
Thank you, Josh. Try to do the best we can with these numbers. They're all scattered around on this worksheet. We're going to have a jump ball on the very first possession for the Lady Blue Devils, and they're going to turn it over to the Lady Indians. So let's see what the Lady Indians have offensively. Elena Webb going to be your point guard. Is going to bring it up the court. Here she comes down the right side. Now brings it up to the center at the top of the volleyball line. Gets it to Allie Hewitt. Throws it in the corner, and it's a turnover on Allie Hewitt. Back the other way comes number 15, Lexi Alter, and passes it off to number 4, Cassidy Crawford. She missed. Here comes Allie Hewitt out and transition. The Lady Blue Devils had numbers, and so she brought it back out. Bartell for a 3-ball, no. Here's Foy with an offensive rebound. Tries to get it to Plank, no good. Here comes Bartell with it. Tries to get it inside to Plank, and 2 early turnovers on the Lady Indians. Back the other way comes the Lady Blue Devils. Defending is Webb, and they threw it out of bounds. So far, so good and sloppy here in the first quarter.
Yeah, that's not what you want to see. It's not that they're running up tempo right now. They're just making bad passes. Hewitt has made 2 bad passes so far. She's got to pass fake and then give her a bounce pass instead of trying to lob it over her head.
Here's Webb. Gets it to Foy. They called an over and back. I thought it was tipped off of Tipton, but maybe not. And it's going to be an over and a back. And the ball goes back to the Lady Blue Devils. 4 15-minute quarters with a running clock. 3 varsity and 1 JV quarter. The Lady Indian JV team will be scrimmaging against this same very Tipton Lady Blue Devil team. It's the varsity, and they're going to call a foul on Allie Hewitt and going to the line.
They called it on the floor.
It's on the floor. It was number 25 who attempted the shot. That was Rachel Ressler. Inbounding now is Crawford. And a 5-second call. Good defense by the Lady Indians. Josh, that's something good to see early in the season.
Yeah, that's really good because I feel like last year the Indians struggled at times defensively, but already off the bat you get a 5-second call. That's good to see so far.
Here's Webb up top looking, and now she's going to get it off to Allie Hewitt. Hewitt throws it inside to Foy. She goes up, and no, but a foul. It's going to be on number 25. Rachel Ressler, her first. They're going to take it out of bounds. I don't think they shoot free throws in a scrimmage.
I don't think they shoot free throws
Inbound
either.
to Bartell, a shot no. And a rebound to Hallie Plank. She goes up, puts it in for the first point of the 2017 season. So Hallie Plank on the board, 2 points. And a rebound to her. She's got 2. Here's Ressler, kicks it back out to number 23, Phillips. Now she swings it over to number 42. That is Majors. Now she's looking. Good defense by the Lady Indians.
This is actually a very good look right here by what the Indians are going to run defensively. It's Omega told me earlier in practice that she wasn't going to run much zone, but it looks to me that this is a zone defense, or it's a good man-to-man then, because they're working on the help line. So that's good to see.
There was a shot by Lexi Alter. She made it when she was fouled, but they're just going to give it back to the Lady Indians. No need to waste time in a scrimmage. So 2-2 here in the scrimmage. Here's Webb. Going to handle the duties at the point guard position. Allie Hewitt goes in, puts it up, and puts it in. Allie Hewitt with her first 2 points and a timeout. Tipton. Coach Wetz is very frustrated. He doesn't know what's going on. 4-2, 11:07 left here in the opening period. Josh, so far the Lady Indians look pretty solid here.
Well, I want to say this real quick. We can already tell that the defense is going to be much more organized. No knock on Kaylee or any of the coaches, but you can already tell that the defense is more organized. They're sitting down in a stance, and they're forcing the offense to take a shot they don't want to take. As you can see there, they just sit down and play defense, and there was a foul on the play, but it was good, solid defense, and that's what you want to see out of a young team with a first-year coach. If you think about it, if you look at the lineup out there, you have 3 juniors, a senior, and a freshman. So this is a young basketball team out here right now, and it's good to see that they look like they're a bunch of veterans out there so far.
Yeah, definitely good defense so far here early from the Lady Indians, and they still got a long season to go, so this defense is definitely going to get better. So now Tipton comes out of the timeout, and number 23, Gracie Phillips, is going to handle the ball with Tyler Bartell going to guard her.
Yeah, Omega said she's just now starting to instill her system, so there's still plenty more to come as the season continues to go on.
Here's Crawford, goes in the corner. I think that's Alter. She put it up, and she was fouled again by Hallie Plank. Lexi Alter, that is. Lexi Alter, I think that's going to be the second foul on Plank. And getting ready to check into the lineup is Aubrey Tan. Number 22 for Aubrey Tan. She is a 5'8" sophomore guard. So the Lady Indians going small here. I'm sure Foy's going to move over to the center position. Here's Crawford. Goes in, throws up a wild shot, no good, and a rebound to Elena Webb. Here's Webb, goes across the timeline. Gets it to Foy. Foy turns, shoots a jumper. This one off, no good. Rebound, Tyler Bartell, no good. And coming down, and then we got a jump ball. Back the other way come the Lady Blue Devils with Phillips, defended by Bartell. Here's Arthur. Gets it over to number 25, Ressler. Ressler goes inside, puts a layup off the glass and in, and we're tied at 4. Here comes Webb, running down the court, gets it in the corner to Aubrey Tan. She loses it, and it was knocked off of Tipton. I thought it went off of Tan, but I guess not.
They got away with that one. It went off her foot.
So here is Webb, gets it into Bartell. Bartell swings it over to Allie Hewitt. Up top, hitting the face. And now here is Bartell. And a fast break to Crawford. She lays it up and in. And it's 6-4. Allie Hewitt was hit in the eye. Netta Turner going to check in for her, I'm sure, to go get her eye looked at. She got poked in an eye.
Yeah, that's just young basketball. There's Bartell threw a pass that is – it was just an unforced error. I mean, you can't do anything about that. That's just young basketball. This is the first game. It's rusty. I will say one thing about Tipton, though, is they're pressuring as soon as they cross half court. It looks like it's an extended 1-2-2 zone, so that's something we need to pay attention to as the game goes on.
Holly Greer going to check into the lineup. She replaces Tyler Bartell. Netta Turner, Elena Webb, Erica Foy, Aubrey Tan, and Holly Greer in the lineup. And a turnover again on the Lady Indians. So just as we would expect in a scrimmage, a bunch of turnovers. And it's 6-4. Normally in a regular game, it'd be about 12-12 or something like that. About midway through the season. So here's Arthur up top. Looks, gets it in the corner to Wrestler. Wide open 3-ball. And this one was way off, and a rebound comes down to Aubrey Tan.
That's good defense by the Indians just to let her take it out there and shoot it.
A bad pass by Tan.
Man, I'll tell you what, Omega, Miss Tandy brings it down there on the sideline. You see her running around like a crazy woman. She's doing her job down there. That's something we didn't really see from Kaylee last year.
She's definitely subbing early because here comes Riley McKee at the scores table ready to check in.
Yeah, she's brought all kinds of energy to this team. It's a totally different culture that she's bringing to the Indians this year.
A bad pass sailed out of bounds, and now, again, the ball goes back to the Lady Indians.
And I'm telling you, it's because they're sitting down and playing defense that forced that bad pass. I'm telling you, they look so much more organized and more disciplined this year so far?
They definitely look more disciplined. Here comes McKee. She's going to handle the ball now. She took Webb's job. Now McKee goes back right, and she double dribbled.
Yep.
And a turnover on the Lady Indians.
So I'm not keeping team turnovers right now, but I know for a fact this is
probably about
turnover.
the fifth or sixth easily.
Turnover.
Fifth or sixth easily on the Lady Indians. So we'll do our best to keep track of those throughout the night too. I've got the points. Josh has rebounds and assists and turnovers. Here's Arthur, gets it over to Wrestler. Inside the major, defended by Greer. Good defense by Greer, and a rebound to Holly Greer.
That is really good defense. She stood straight up, put the hand straight up. You can't call a foul there because she's in perfect position.
Here's Tan. Gets it in the corner. Netta Turner, wide open three. No. Rebound, fought for, and brought down by Wrestler. Throws it down court. There's Crawford, defended by Foy, and Crawford puts it up off the glass and in. A 4-point lead by Tipton.
Right when we can give them credit, they turn around and run the floor. Indians did not get back. They have to get back defensively.
Here's McKee, gets it to Foy. Foy looked like she walked, but no call. And a shot at the free throw line is no good. And a rebound, Holly Greer. And it's going to be a jump ball, and I think the Lady Indians get possession. They do. And here comes Madison Dodderwick going to check in the lineup. She replaces Holly Greer.
Man, I'll tell you what, Omega's getting all of her subs in. And this is the thing in the scrimmage, though. You'll see a lot of subs because she wants to see what her players got in a game situation, not against your own team. So this is interesting to see. I mean, last year the Indians only went 6 or 7 deep. They couldn't sub. They played all 5 pretty much the whole game.
Here comes the inbound play that I saw him work on in practice the other day. In the corner is Turner. Now to Foy. Foy goes around her defender, puts up a shot. No. And a over-the-back call is going to be called on Madison Dodderwick. So right now, the Lady Indians are as cold as yesterday's potatoes.
Oh, I agree with that. And I'll tell you what, I think that Erica's forcing the issue a little too much. I think she needs to let the game come to her before she goes to the game. She needs to sit down and be patient. She'll get her shots. She just doesn't need to continue to force. That time it was good defense there. She just forced it. So it
looked like a double dribble there.
She needs to let it come to her.
McKee playing very good defense, and she's screened. And now Wrestler again, who just double dribbled a minute ago, but the official missed it. 5 minutes left.
I'm almost positive with you this is a 2-3 zone, and we'll talk to Omega after the game about this, but I'm pretty sure in the scrimmage, you have to run a certain defense. That's right, because in the men, you have to run zone for so many quarters, and then
you're not allowed to play man-to-man.
You're right. So the first 3 quarters will probably be zone, and then the fourth quarter, it's your choice. You're right. I forgot about that. Good catch.
So we've got a timeout with 4:37 left in the opening quarter. 8-4 Tipton. Back after this 60-second timeout. This is Lady Indians basketball on the Tribe Sports Network. 4:37 left in the opening quarter. 8-4 Tipton. Back after this 60-second timeout. This is Lady Indians basketball on the Tribe Sports Network. 4:37 left in the opening quarter. 8-4 Tipton. Back after this 60-second timeout. This is Lady Indians basketball on the Tribe Sports Network. Back on the Tribe Sports Network, Riley McKee is going to get the inbound pass from Bartell out of the timeout with Erica Foy, Madison Dodderwick, and Netta Turner on the court as well. We've got something to talk about for the JV game when the JV comes out onto the court. Got something to talk about when they come out, so stay tuned and listen for that. Elena Webb and Allie Hewitt set to check back in. Here is Dodderwick, swings it over in the corner to McKee. McKee tries to go baseline, can't go, and now she turns it over.
Another forced pass by the Indians. They have to quit forcing the ball, and nobody gets back except Dodderwick. You have to get back on defense. And I know that's something Omega's been preaching because I've been to almost all their practices. Have to get back defensively.
In the corner is Turner. She's going to drive baseline, puts up a floater, in and out. Lady Indians are getting good shots, just can't get them to fall.
The floater's actually, I will say that's a good shot. She drove baseline like what they're giving her, and she made a good decision, but the floater is such a low percentage shot, most times it will not fall.
A player control foul on Wrestler. Allie Hewitt and Elena Webb checking back into the lineup. They replace Riley McKee and Madison Dodderwick.
And I was going to say, McKee, people like her are the girls that are going to have to step up this year. So it'll be good to see if she can fill a role this year. And another forced pass by Webb.
A bad pass, and I think they've got about, 7 or 8 turnovers now.
Yeah, I got them as 8, Dalton.
Here's a 3 on the way from number 23, Gracie Phillips. It was no good, and Wrestler comes out with the rebound, kicks it out to Crawford. She's standing wide open, and she decides she's going to bring it out and set up the offense.
The bad thing about a zone is you're going to give up a lot of open shots, but when you're playing a team that can't shoot the ball, it's a good thing. And it just so happens that it looks like, as you said earlier, something about cold potatoes. That's what Tipton is right now as well.
They called that foul on number 32, Elena Webb. It's going to be her first, and the team's 5th. Inbounding the ball, I think they just got it into Majors. It's getting ready to be another 5-second call.
Yeah, they're defending the inbound really good so far.
Here's Crawford. Foy playing very good defense. Here's Webb. Tan set to check back in. Here's a shot up, no good. Tyler Bartell comes out, and it's going to be a jump ball. Tipton's going to have possession. Taylor Ulrich, the only Lady Indian I haven't seen check into the lineup yet. So the only Lady Indian on the varsity roster that I have not seen to check in is Taylor Ulrich. Here is Crawford. Swings it over. Inside pass, Wrestler goes up. Wild shot, no good. Out of bounds. It's deflected off of Bartell. And Tipton gets the ball back.
I was going to say it was a matter of time before Tipton decided to attack the middle of the zone because, as we all know, the way to beat the zone is to get it into the middle. And finally they did so.
It's a turnover on Tipton, and now the Lady Indians gain possession.
What I want to see from the Indians here the last minute is I want to see them sit down and run a good offense here for the last minute. See if they can maybe hold for the last shot here. I want to see what they can get out of the half-court offense because at times this year they will not be able to run the ball.
Here's Bartell.
The good
inside
decision.
The Foy off the glass and in. And after about 10 minutes of no scoring, the Lady Indians get their 6th point.
I'll tell you what, though, that was really good. That's what I was talking about. They was patient. They found the look. They got what they wanted.
Oh, looked like a travel. She
Travel.
barely kept that foot still from up here, I guess.
I'm pretty sure that was travel.
Wrestler swings it into the corner, but it goes out of bounds, and now the Lady Indians take over with 40 seconds,
Yeah,
and the
one
clock's
shot.
still running.
They're going to want one shot here.
Here is Webb. Webb gets it to Foy. Foy goes inside, puts it off the glass. No, but she was fouled. They're going to take it out of bounds with 20 seconds.
That's a really good drive there by Erica Foy. I still think that might have been not exactly the shot they wanted, but she drew the foul. And in the last minute of the scrimmage, in each quarter, they'll shoot free throws under a minute.
So let's see what Foy can do from the line. She's pretty good last year.
She was a third-team All-State, wasn't she?
Yes, third team All-State. Here's Foy, first free throw up, and good.
Now, have you heard, is she supposed to be like projected to like second team or first team this year? Do you know?
I have not. I don't know at all.
I've been waiting to kind of hear. I don't know if they've released that information, but last year she was third team All-State. I would assume that she would be on a prediction for something.
And she hit her second one, so she's got 4 points in the scrimmage out of the team's 8. Tan playing very good defense. Here's a 3 on the way from Wrestler, no good. And a rebound, and the clock's going to stop. For some reason, it keeps running. They called a foul. It's going to be on Elena Webb, her second. Team 6th at the line for 2 shots is Cassidy Crawford. 10-4 with 2 free throws to come. Here's the first one, and it's no good. Rebound Majors kicks it back out to Crawford. A 3, a deep one. This one is no good. Rebound, Aubrey Tan, and that's the way the first period is going to end. The end of the first period, Tipton 10, Lady Indians 8. Back after this on the Tribe Sports Network. Well, back here on the Tribe Sports Network, where the Mississinewa Lady Indians lost the first period 10-8, and we've got a special guest with us who finished 5th in the IHSAA State Cross Country Championship out of 208 runners, Brennan Butchie. Brennan, just kind of walk us through how your season went leading up to state.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I started my training middle of summer, and I just kept progressing every day and just kept all my routine and listened to my coach, and it was a great season overall. I was a sectional champion regional champion, and I finished 6th in the semi-state.
What was it like crossing the finish line at state, knowing that you finished 5th?
It was really breathtaking because I wasn't expecting top 5. My coach and I just agreed that top 10 would be pretty fair. So I just went out there expecting to get 10th, and around the 2-mile marker, I was 2nd, and I did not expect that at all. And so when I crossed the finish line 5th, it was just a real exciting experience, an experience I'll never forget.
Now that cross-country season's over, I know that your season's not over. You're going on to track now. I know conditioning started, I think it was today, for track. So kind of talk to us about what your plans are for track.
Well, actually, I still have 2 more meets left in cross-country. I'm running the same course I ran at state in about 2 weeks, and then the Saturday after Thanksgiving, I'll be in Wisconsin running. And if I do good enough in either one of those races, I can move on to nationals, which is in Oregon or California.
So hopefully you can make it to one of those 2 places. Thank you for your time. Good job in state. You represented Mississinewa class, and best of luck to you come track season.
All right, thank you.
Brennan Butchie finished 5th in the IHSAA Cross Country State Championship. So here we go with the second period, 15 minutes on the clock. Plank tips it up, and here comes the Lady Blue Devils with the possession.
I just want to go ahead and break down that first quarter real quick, if you don't mind here, Dalton. I would say the biggest thing defensively for the Indians is they have to box out. They're getting Tipton's getting a lot of weak side rebounds on the weak side block. They have to cut that out. Indians do just like that. That's a weak side rebound, long rebound on a jump shot. Can't have that happen. And we'll talk offense here once they get back on it.
Here's a foul.
Well, actually, here, since we have a timeout or a break in the action, offensively, the Indians are doing a good job. Really, they haven't sit down and ran anything yet. It's just kind of been up-tempo, try to score when you can. So once they slow down, we might be able to diagnose it a little bit better, but they got to quit turning the ball over. They have to take it one shot at a time, but defensively, they look really good. And they're back to man defense here. It looks like this quarter they're allowing man defense. And as you can see, so far we got 2 fouls here to start with the man defense.
Here is Phillips, gets it in the corner.
And remember, at the end of the second quarter, Coach Andrew Everts will be coming up for an interview. And we'll go ahead and talk a little bit of boys basketball in the second intermission. 3-point basket by number 15 is no good. Erica Ford rebound. Out of bounds. It'll stay Tipton ball. We're not going to go ahead and credit that with a rebound because the ball was knocked loose. She didn't have full possession.
Getting ready to inbound the ball is Crawford. Here's Crawford. Lady Indians playing very solid defense.
Well, I thought they were man, but they look like they're back into a zone again, so I'm pretty sure one of the quarters you're allowed to. I don't know what quarter it is, though.
No. Allie Hewitt with a rebound, but there's an offensive foul.
And I'll tell you what, Dalton, I think there's so many whistles here in the scrimmage just to where they kind of know what it will be come season time. I don't think they'll actually blow the whistle this much during the season on ticky-tack calls like this. Elena Webb brings it up for the Indians over to Hewitt. Hewitt to the opposite side block to Erica Foy, puts it up and in, 2-point basket. Indians lead 2-0. Assist, Allie Hewitt. See, to me, this looks like a man-to-man. They're guarding their own man, and they're on the help line. So I'm pretty sure they're back. I think this quarter they can run whatever they want.
Yeah, they're definitely in the man. Here is Crawford, gets it in the corner. Here's a 3 by number 15. Man, that's making it really difficult. These numbers are all scattered out. That was Arthur. Now here comes Foy. Across the timeline, goes up with a jumper. And no, here's a rebound, Webb, and put it up and in.
See, now, in my opinion, I thought that was really good by Erica to take that shot, but I'm telling you, she had somebody open in the corner. I think if they could have swung that out, Webb would have had a wide open three.
Taken away by Allie Hewitt. She's running the floor. Takes it in between three defenders. Puts it up. No. That was a good take by Hewitt.
A little sauce by her, but couldn't get it to go. Looked like she might have got smacked on the hand.
Wild shot up by Crawford.
Okay, so the official called a hold and a push, so I don't know what it was. So Elena Webb brings it up for the Indians. Remember, Webb is a freshman. Allie Hewitt throws up the three, no good. Hallie Plank with the rebound, puts it up and in. 2-point basket. Hallie Plank. That is her third rebound of the game, and she leads the Indians in rebounds so far.
In the corner is Arthur. Gets it to Crawford. Wide open three. And this one is no good. And a rebound was knocked around and out of bounds. It's Lady Indian basketball.
And I'll say this so far. It was 10-8 Tipton after one. And we're not keeping like an official score. But so far, Indians are up 6-0. And that makes it 14-10 Indians. So far, they're playing some pretty good basketball. They have given up 0 points to Tipton so far in this quarter. And so far, it looks good. Dodderwick throws it into Plank. Plank is fouled on the play with the push from behind. It'll be out of bounds. That was a good decision by Dodderwick because she could have easily pulled the trigger, but looks for the big man. And that's something in basketball that we lose nowadays. People look to shoot it before getting it to the big, and sometimes the big is the most valuable player.
It's 6-0. 9-18. Here is Netta Turner. Netta Dodderwick in the corner to Foy. Foy dribbles around her defender, puts up a jumper. This one is good.
Now that's her shot right there.
Free throw line jumper by Foy. Lady Indians up 8-0. That's as many points as they scored in the opening period.
That is her shot. Free throw line jumper. She took it to the center of the floor. Nothing but the net. That is a good shot by Erica Foy. That's letting the game come to her.
There's a wild floater up and in by Wrestler.
I'll tell you what. These officials, man, they're blowing everything. I'm telling you, ticky-tack here in the scrimmage just so they know how it could be called in a game. I'm almost positive that most games will not be called like this because so far each team had, I believe, 7 fouls in the first quarter. And then now,
Turner. This one, no.
I'll tell you what, if she's on, she is the best shooter for the Indians, other than Erica. I mean, I'm not seeing all of them shoot, maybe like the freshmen, but from what I know, I remember Eastbrook last year, Netta played in a game and made like 6 consecutive threes in a row.
4 straight. She scored 12.
I mean, that is ridiculous. And it was back-to-back to back-to-back.
Here's a wide open three. This one way off, and a rebound comes down to Foy.
That's her second of the game.
Here in the corner is Webb. Gets it to Turner. Inside to Plank. Plank kicks it back out. Webb, wide open three ball. No.
I'll tell you what, though. Once again, Netta gives it off. Unselfish basketball, what the Indians are playing here so far. This is good basketball. Swing it around, find the open man.
Lady Indians still keeping up pace after running up and down the court. Marion's own J.K. Thomas in the house sitting across the way. We're going to do our best to try to get him up here to get an interview. I know he probably doesn't want to, but I'm going to do everything I can in my power to get him up here.
That's good defense by Netta right there. Just put the hands up and use the body. Clean.
Here's Foy. Goes coast to coast, puts it up. She was fouled.
That's what Omega's talking about when she wants to run.
Inbounding the ball is Webb. to Plank, puts it up off the glass, forced it in. Allie Plank gets her 6th point of the scrimmage on a very nice play. Here is number 12. That is a freshman, Brittany Temple, and she was fouled on the play by number 23, Madison Dotterwick. Inbounding the ball is going to be number 30. Let's see. Number 30 is Madison Hoover. Here's Wrestler to number 33, Laura Shively. Inside Majors. Good defense by Turner. Keeps her body in front of her. Majors throws up a wild shot. Looked like there should have been an over back call. And now there's a foul.
And I'm telling you, they're just not rebounding. They're getting outworked in the paint, and they're not getting rebounds.
10-2.
What we always teach is you put your butt into them, and you sit down there, box them out, get the rebound. And I know it's the first game of the season, and I understand that, and I know it's only the scrimmage, but the only way to get better is to work on the fundamentals. They need to work on getting on that weak side.
Swatted away by Plank.
I'll tell you what, though, that's a little something right there. That's something we didn't see last year.
Dotterwick got the rebound there. Throws it across court to Netta Turner. Now Turner in the corner, Dotterwick. She's going to launch a three. This one's short.
I don't know if that was the greatest shot they could have got, but they like to run that up tempo, so there's nothing wrong with that.
Taylor Ulrich is in the lineup now for the Lady Indians. She's going to play both ways, both JV and varsity this year.
And I'll tell you what, a good thing about her is she is a super fast. She's going to run that defense well, and she's going to run it on the offense. She fits Omega's system very well.
Here's a pass inside. Majors missed it. Ulrich comes down with the rebound. Ulrich runs the floor, passes it off to Greer. She goes up. She was swatted away. And out of bounds, it's going to be Lady Indian ball. And Erica Foy going to check in and replace Hallie Plank. Here's Ulrich. She was fouled. And out of bounds again, it's going to be Lady Indian ball. So Taylor Ulrich already making noise as she comes into the game.
Yeah.
Allie Hewitt gets set to inbound. Inside Foy, she goes up, left it short. Rebound fought for. Greer comes away with it, and they're going to call a jump ball. And like you said, it's not going to be called that tight.
Yeah, I'm going to give her the rebound on that one just because I think she worked hard for it. That's her second rebound of the game as well.
Allie Hewitt throws it up to Netta Turner. Oh, she was blocked going up for a three. Turner goes up. No, that was not Turner. She goes up to block her, and that was number 12, Temple. She put it in. Now here comes Turner running the floor, gets it in the corner to Taylor Ulrich. She's going to spot up a three ball, left it short.
There was two things wrong with that last play. Number one, bad shot offensively, and nobody got back defensively. Have to get back defensively if you want to be a good basketball team. You have to.
Crawford's going to launch a three ball, no. And a rebound over the back should have been called. But here's a shot up, no. And coming away with it is Netta Turner. Now she gets it to Foy. Ulrich was wide open down on this far end. In the corner. Ulrich's going to launch another three. This one is good, and count it.
You're talking about a shooter.
Ulrich hit a three right.
She got the 3 and 1.
Yeah, she hit the three ball and put it right in Crawford's eye. And she's going to go to the basket. I think she gets the ball out of bounds. No, it's going to be tipped the ball. If we were under a minute, she would get that free throw. But boy, oh boy, what a nice shot by Ulrich.
Yeah, and I'm telling you what, if you look at her jump shot, it is as sweet as, anything. That is such a good flowing, good jump shot. It doesn't get better than that. Even men, you can't find a better jump shot than that.
She shot it right in rhythm. She was expecting it, got it, and just let it fly and hit it. So Taylor Ulrich, I think she's going to be the 3-point specialist.
Well, as I was always told, and what I like to preach is stop and pop. She stopped and she popped it, and nothing but the net.
Inside, no. There was a foul.
I'll tell you what, I'm about tired of listening to that whistle go.
They've blown it about, let's see, my whistle counts up to about 1,000.
Well, let's not quite go that far, but 8 for the Indians this half, and I'm just saying, wowzers. It's all right, though. I mean, no biggie. They're just trying to get them fine-tuned and ready for the season. Once again, like we said, it will not be called this strictly.
Timeout Tipton, 13-4 with 1:04 left in the second period. Lady Indians up. Back after this on the Tribe Sports Network.
We are back here on the Tribe Sports Network, and Tipton inbounds the ball, gives it over to number 12, and just once again, here at the end of the second quarter, we have special guest Andrew Everts from the boys basketball team coming up here and chit-chatting a little basketball with us. And as we say that, Erica Foy gets the steal, throws it down to Lena Webb, and it's stolen away by Tipton.
Threw it away. Good defense by Foy. She missed it. Foy with the rebound, and she was fouled on the rebound. 36.1.
If the Indians want to run this up-tempo offense, it has to be within control. They're just running and throwing it around. They have to keep it under control to where they have a chance to bring it down and score. If they're going to make that full-court pass, they need to have, like what we would call a cutoff in baseball, throw somebody at the half-court line and then throw somebody in the corner and then work it that way instead of just throwing from corner to corner. Because like that happened and has happened before tonight, they're going to jump right over and intercept the pass.
Foy going to go to the line. She has 8 points in the scrimmage. This free throw was up and good, and now she's got 9.
And Omega said one of the big things this year she wanted to improve on was free throw shooting. It wasn't too great last year, so this year she wants to take a lot of time on getting better at free throws.
I think the Lady Indians had only shot about 65% last year from the free throw line. Not very good. This one rattles in and out.
And she said she wants it to be 75% or higher, so we'll see how that goes. But I'm telling you, she brings the energy. It's a totally different atmosphere when you come into the gym.
Taylor Ulrich playing good defense and a rebound to Foy. There was a full court pass to Webb, and it was tipped out of bounds. Lady Indians with the ball.
See, I know she's clapping because it was out of bounds, but if you look at it, when Erica threw that pass, she's trying to get it to Webb. Ulrich was right there at the half-court line ready to get that pass. If you can advance it to Ulrich and then get it to Webb, that's perfect offense for the Indians. They can't continue to throw that deep ball all year long.
Ulrich to Webb. Webb in the corner to Foy. Foy brings it back, takes it inside, loses the handle, and it's knocked out of bounds. It's going to be in basketball.
So with 7.1, 14-4. Here in the second quarter, remember we were playing 4 15-minute running clock quarters, 3 varsity and 1 JV. Elena Webb with the steal in the 2-point basket.
What a reverse shot by Webb.
And at the end of the second quarter, Mississinewa leads 16-4 in this quarter. We'll be back in 1 minute here on the Tribe Sports Network to interview Mr. Coach Everts.
this right.
We are back here on the Tribe Sports Network at the end of the second quarter. Indians lead 26-12. And as we are joined here in the intermission, we got a special guest here, Mr. Andrew Everts, the men's basketball coach, entering his 4th year at the helm at Mississinewa. How are you, Coach?
I am great. Thanks for having me, Josh.
Oh, no problem. We're just going to go ahead and talk a little bit about the season and what we've seen so far. So this summer, you know, doing a lot of summer tournaments and conditioning. How did the summer go for you and the team?
The summer went really well. We played, I think, 39 games this summer, which was a lot, way more than I've ever played with any group. But we're just so senior heavy. I felt like they could handle that. So we practiced a little bit less, but played in more shootouts. And it went well. We beat some really good teams. We were very competitive. Makes me excited for the season. I know it's summer basketball, so you can't take too much from it, but we'll definitely have a pretty good team this year.
And as the tryouts start Monday, what have you saw during conditioning that you look forward to this year?
We're going to be tough. I think we're going to be tougher than we've ever been before. Physically, we're tough. Mentally, we're tough. And I always like that because we can work with that. We can coach our guys up in practice, and they can learn a lot of stuff. But if they're going to be tough, that can go a long way. And the guys have been working really hard in conditioning, so we are excited for tryouts.
Yeah, so I know you don't know who's going to make the team yet because you don't won't know until tryouts, but as you look at the team knowing that Jared May is going to be out for an extended period of time with an ACL tear, who do you think that could possibly, or do you think you could fill his spot, and if so, do you have an idea of kind of who that could be?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. You can't fill a spot like that. I mean, Jared's done so much for us for the past going on 4 years now, and he's still going to be a big part of it, whether he's playing or not this year, and he'll end up playing again by the time the season's over with. But the whole team's going to have to step up. I don't look at one kid and say, hey, you're going to have to score an extra 17 points tonight. Everybody's going to have to play better. Everybody's going to have to play harder. And we've got a group of guys that can do that, so I'm not too concerned.
So it's your 4th year here at Mississinewa. Every year records continue to improve. The teams continue to get better as you continue to instill your system. What do you look forward to in this senior class? Would you say this is your most experienced team that you've coached here at Mississinewa so far? And kind of talk about the leadership that the seniors have did.
It is. They are very experienced. You know, even the guys that haven't played varsity for 4 years like Jared have, they've been hearing me preach the same things for the last 4 years now. And I think it's the most talented group that we've had. And that's nothing against any of the other groups we've had. We've had some good, talented kids. That's why we've won basketball games. But there's just something about these guys, and they play well together. So, yeah, we're really excited. Again, I think it'll be a really fun year. Even without Jared, I think we can still do some great things. And if we can get him back by the time sectionals roll around, we'll be a very, very dangerous team in March.
2 more things, and I'll let you go. Number one, talk a little bit about the sectional with Marion coming in and Columbia City going out. Do you know where it's going to be hosted? Just go ahead and talk a little bit about the sectional.
We're not sure yet. I'm not sure if anybody's made official announcements on any sectionals yet. So I don't know. We're obviously hoping that Marion hosts it just so we don't have to travel as far. But, yeah, Marion is in the sectional now. Columbia City is out. And we like that. I mean, obviously Marion's good. That's not an easy team to add into your sectional, but I think it's really good for Grant County. That could be a very exciting game if we see them in March. So, yeah, it'll be a challenge, but we like that, though.
And finally, who are the teams that you're looking forward to in the sectional that could pose some danger throughout the season and could make a run in the postseason?
Sure. I mean, anybody can. You just never know in the postseason. I mean, we had Heritage last year who, I'm sure a lot of people went into that game thinking, well, record-wise, they're not as good as us, but you get a 32-minute basketball game, and that's all you get in the sectional. But obviously, we think Norwell's going to be really strong. We think Marion's going to be strong. Bishop Lures will probably be, and Belmont will be rebuilding a little bit. Heritage is just always tough to play, so there's no easy game in our sectional. But we like our chances, though. We think we're one of the better teams, but we'll have to prove it this year.
Well, thank you, Coach, very much. That is head coach Andrew Everts of the Mississinewa boys basketball team, and we'll be back here in a few seconds on the high school cube to pick up the third quarter.
A little Euro step up and no good as we're back here on the Tribe Sports Network. Coach Everts getting a few words in about the Mississinewa basketball season coming up.
I just want to go ahead and say real quick, I'm part of the men's basketball program. I help with them volunteer basis, and they've took me in as an assistant coach, and I'll tell you what, there is not a more humble or nicer guy than Andrew Everts. He is as good as you get coaching. He's as good as you get as a person. You couldn't ask for a better coach and person at Mississinewa in general, in the community and everything. He's did so much for the school and the program, so we just want to extend our thanks to him for that.
So Crawford went up and put it in, and then she was fouled. And now the full court press comes, and I watched this happen many times in practice earlier this week.
And as we talked about a little bit before the third quarter, see, that is a much better pass than throwing it long ball down the court. You get a girl at half court and then throw it, but another turnover.
Crawford spots up a jumper, no. Rebound comes to Foy. How many is that for her, Josh?
Actually, that is Erica's 4th rebound, and she leads the team. What I want to continue to talk about tonight, and I know we've said it 100,000 times, and I know Dalton has talked on it, I've talked on it, you can't continue to turn the basketball over. And Mississinewa's been turning the basketball over.
There's another one almost, and good effort by Webb.
Turnover. Looks like Mississinewa will retain possession. Down 2-0. I'm not saying that the system that they're running is not good, because I believe in pushing the ball up tempo, but I think instead of throwing it full court, why not get somebody, I don't know what you want to call it. I mean, there's so many different terms, but a cutoff in the middle of the M and then advance it, and just instead of one big old long pass, get 2 little bolt passes. It would be so much different in my opinion. And another turnover by the Indians.
Jumper up, and a rebound to Allie Hewitt.
They're calling a foul there. I did not see much contact, but Tipton's did a really good job of getting into the middle of the Mississinewa zone. They're getting shots at the free throw line, the CIC logo, but so far haven't been able to convert those shots. But that's something to look forward to as we continue here in the last 2 quarters. As they're getting into the middle zone, see, that is good press break by Tipton there to get the girl right there in the center, puts it up and in, gets the foul, and one, but they're not shooting free throws, so 4-0 Tipton leads here in the third quarter.
Allie Hewitt going to inbound the ball. Things are just going back and forth here. Here comes a sub, Riley McKee coming into the lineup. Let's see how the Lady Indians use this press breaker. Here's a pass to Foy deep. She goes up, and she is fouled hard.
See, now that is a good adjustment by Omega to put Erica at half court, advance the ball to half court instead of throwing it deep. That is good by Coach Tandy in that aspect. Now into the game is Netta Cheddar Bob Turner. I would like to see her find a way to get open, and let's kind of see that sharp shooting ability. 1 three's been made all game for the Indians, and that was Taylor Ulrich. And a nice little give and go there by, I believe it was Erica, to Elena Webb for the 2-point basket. And Netta Cheddar playing good defense, turns the ball over. It'll be Mississinewa basketball. Netta gets it into Webb. Webb bringing it across the half-court line. McKee with the ball, throws it into Foy, and it's a turnover.
Goes up, and it's in.
Unofficially, I have the Indians at 13 turnovers.
Webb was fouled.
Like we said, it's nerves, first game jitters, but 13 turnovers.
6-2, Tipton. Back after this on the Tribe Sports Network.
Netta Cheddar inbounds the ball to Elena Webb, and Tipton has extended this press. McKee with the ball. Hallie Plank, the turnaround two, no good.
I think we'll see Hallie Plank shoot some more jumpers here this year as the Lady Indians trail 6-2. Looked like she traveled.
I would say that was about as close as it gets, but I don't think it was quite. I think that was not her pivot foot, but good observation.
Here is Major's jumper up, and jumper was nothing but the bottom of the net.
And that's what Mississinewa can't do. In the zone that they're playing, they can't let that happen. They have to fine-tune it and not give them open shots in the middle of the court. And another turnover by the Indians. That is unofficially their 14th of the game.
Boy, oh boy.
We might have missed one here or there, or we might have put one too many, but I know for a fact they have 10-plus turnovers. So we'll see what happens.
So turnover after turnover for the Lady Indians. Inbounding the ball.
Oh, she's wide open. I'm surprised she didn't pull the trigger.
Crawford turnaround little floater is no good, and Aubrey Tan comes away with a rebound, and now they're running. Tan goes inside and tries to go up, but she lost the handle out of bounds, and now we're at about 15, 16 turnovers for the game.
Unofficially 15, and I'll say that was a good take to the basket, but I will say a little bit out of control. She was out of bounds.
Stepped out of bounds. Good defense by the Lady. I'm going to tell you one thing. I know that's something Coach Tandy's going to work on between now and Saturday is the turnovers. That ain't going to happen.
Well, listen to this. So far, Mississinewa has given up 8, 4, and now 8. That equals 20. And I know they're 15-minute quarters, but running clock 15-minute quarters balances out to an 8-minute stopping quarter. I'm just saying that defense through 20 points through 3 quarters is ridiculously good.
Lady Indians pressing. Tipton
it's
struggles
a double
with the
dribble.
pressure. Here's Crawford going to launch a three. No good, and an offensive rebound goes up and puts it in, and now it's 10-2, and Coach Tandy not having it. She's going to sub in Dodderwick for somebody. Here's Webb, picks up her dribble, turns it over almost nearly. She looks like it's over and back.
Well, the reason it's not over and back is because she's got to establish both feet on the other side of the court before it's over and back. Plus, the ball was tipped.
Tan went inside, got blocked. Crawford goes up, no. Rebound, Greer. Now she's running. Crosses over with a left, and now she loses the ball. And back the other way comes Tipton, and a shot up, and no. A rebound fought for. Greer comes away with it, takes it. Here's Tan. She's running the court. Now she's going to get it in the corner. And Mav is in the house.
Elena Webb for 3.
So Webb is going to get her 9th point. And the Lady Indians continue to press. A long pass sails out of bounds.
Bartell with the drive, puts it up, no good. Looked like her hand was hit on the play. Back out to Erica Foy.
Foy, free throw line jumper, fading away and puts it in.
I'm telling you, that's her shot, free throw line jump shot, mid-range.
She has 11 and leads the team in scoring and rebounds. Elena Webb checks into lineup. She replaces Holly Greer. Here's Crawford going to launch a 3-ball. This one is way off, and a rebound comes down to Elena Webb. She's going to run the far side. Cuts inside of her defender, loses control, and Josh, we've got to be to about 20 turnovers now.
That's unofficially the 16th of the ball game.
Rebound by Foy. She runs the court, gets it to Allie Hewitt. This pass a little too strong. Hewitt saves it, puts it up and in.
Now that is a good basketball play by the Indians. Now that pass is a full court pass you can live with. because it led her to the basket. That is a good play by Erica Foy.
And here's a bank shot. I think that was by Crawford. It went in. And now Bartell back the other way. Both teams playing helter-skelter here with another turnover going to the Lady Indians.
Unofficially, Erica Foy has 2 assists, 5 rebounds.
And I've got her with 11 points. Shot up, shot good. Tipton is answering the pressure here. And now Webb's going to run the sidelines, and she cuts in her defenders, and now she's fouled.
This reminds me of IU basketball right here when Tom Crean was out there. They love to run up tempo. They kept it somewhat under control, and the score's real high scoring. As you see here, they're starting to score a lot of points, and that could be a problem for the defense.
Here's Webb at the top of the court. Throws it inside Foy. Foy goes inside, puts it up, but she was fouled on the floor. Bartell goes up with a shot, puts it in. She was fouled on the play. That is her first 2 points of the 2017-2018 season. We got one of the linemen from the Mississinewa football team in the house, Weston Lockwood, here to support the Lady Indians tonight. JK down there. 14-11.
Oh, she double dribbled. Erica Foy with the rebound, throws it over to Bartell. Bartell takes it, turns it over.
Josh, I think we're about 500 turnovers between the two teams now. It's been turnover mania here tonight.
Between the two, that is so. Erica Foy with her 6th rebound unofficially, and that would be unofficially the Indians' 17th turnover. But as we've said so far, we do see improvement in this Lady Indians basketball team from last year to this year. And they were a little inexperienced last year with losing almost their whole starting 5 from the year before. It was a little bit of a disappointment, though, because they expected to win more. But this year should be a totally different picture.
I'll tell you one thing that I've really seen here tonight. Coach Tandy not going to put up with much. She's just going to keep subbing. Jump shot in the far corner by number 12. And it was good. That was Brittany Temple. Here's Ulrich. Gets it to Foy. Foy going to get it in the corner to Allie Hewitt. She's going to launch a 3-ball, and it's long rebound. Tyler Bartell puts it up and in. So Tyler Bartell puts it in. Taylor Ulrich playing very good defense. Shot up, shot no. Rebound to Elena Webb. Now Webb's running the floor. She's going to look up court, throws it in the corner to Bartell. Nice pass to Foy off the glass and in. What a nice play by Bartell, finding Foy.
I'll tell you what, now this is the offense Omega Tandy wants.
Basket up and in by Rachel Ressler. The other way. It's going back and forth here in this third set here, you can call it.
Yeah, and I'm not going to sit here and criticize the officials, but I'm going to be honest with you. That one was a travel before she was fouled. She took a Euro step, but she took an extra step after that. That's 3 steps. That's travel.
How many rebounds do you have Elena Webb after that last rebound she just had?
I have Elena Webb. What number is she? Number 12.
She is 32.
I have her with 2 rebounds.
Counting the last one.
3 rebounds.
3 rebounds. Okay, I didn't know if you counted the last one. And here's a bad pass by Plank over the head of Bartell and out of bounds. It's 18-15 Tipton.
Unofficially 18 turnovers by the Indians.
The Lady Indians have as many turnovers as Tipton has points here in this third period. The pressure is really getting to Tipton.
That is a good press break by Tipton.
Here's a 3. Wow, nothing but the bottom of the net by Gracie Phillips.
Well, there's no more cold turkey for Tipton. They're on fire. Put them in the oven. They're going hot right now.
Plank inside, missed it, got her own rebound, missed it again. So Plank got back-to-back rebounds and missed back-to-back shots. And now she's going to the line for free throws.
I got Hallie Plank with 5 rebounds as well.
She's got 6 points with free throws to come. The JV Lady Indians will be playing in this fourth period. I'll tell you a little bit about them coming up. Here comes Plank. Gets the ball from the official. Now she's ready to go. Her first free throw is up, and this one is no good. Rebound, Elena Webb. She's going to kick it back out, and a turnover. But a nice effort by Webb to get that rebound. Here's a pass. Up. No. Rebound, Foy. Now she looks. Finds Hallie Plank. Plank saves it. And another turnover, and off the foot of number 3, I believe, Brooklyn Temple, and it's still going to be Tipton ball. It was off of Tyler Bartell's foot. 10.8 left here in the third. Turner intercepts the pass. Now she's going to throw it right back to Tipton. Coach Tanny with her hands on her head in disbelief. And a swat by Foy out of bounds. Foy was not having that one. 21-15. Threw it out of bounds. Boy, Josh, I'm telling you, within the last 5 minutes, I have seen turnover after turnover. I'm going to be dreaming turnovers here tonight.
That might well be. It feels like for the last 6 possessions, it's been turnover city, but that's all right. Erica Foy, full court shot at the buzzer, no good. It was close.
At the end of the third, Tipton wins this one, 21-15, with a fourth quarter to come. Back after this on the Tribe Sports Network. So back here on the Tribe Sports Network, and we're going to talk about this third period here, and I'm going to turn things over to Josh Dakin to talk about the turnovers and everything else that we had that was outrageous in that third period.
So, yeah, we're going to go ahead and break down the varsity play here tonight. They're only playing 3 quarters tonight, and they're going to let the JV play the fourth, but as we look at some of the stuff here, now remind you, all this stuff is unofficial. But we're pretty sure turnovers for the varsity team after 3 quarters is 21 turnovers unofficially. We have rebounds for the Indians. Hallie Plank had 5. Tyler Bartell had 3. Elena Webb had 4. Holly had 4. And Erica had 6. Assists Bartell with 3. Erica with 2. As we sit here and look at it after 3 quarters, if you look at the added up scores.
Points here. I'm going to give you the points individually. Erica Foy leads the team with 13. Elena Webb with 9. Hallie Plank with 6. Tyler Bartell and Allie Hewitt with 4 apiece. And Taylor Ulrich with 3. The JV getting ready to start here in a few minutes. And while we got a moment, while Josh is adding up his final stuff, something to note in the JV scrimmage here tonight. Daryl Watson, the starting point guard for the JV team, out of the lineup tonight. She's unable to play. During fall break, she was in Canada, spent a few days in Canada, caused her to miss a few practices. Daryl Watson unable to play due to not having 10 practices. She's got 8. And so she'll get those practices this week, and she'll be eligible to play next Friday. Actually she'll be able to play this Saturday as they take on Taylor, and then next Friday at home when they host, I believe it's Norwell.
Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and I added up the last thing. So after 3 quarters, we're going to diagnose this varsity basketball game tonight. As we look at it, it's pretty even on both sides. We have 39 for the Indians, 35 for Tipton. So if this would have been a basketball game, Indians would have had a fourth quarter lead going into the fourth quarter. But as you sit here and we talk about it, the score does not reflect how good the Indians played. Remind you that the Indians' defense was very, very good tonight compared to what it was last year at times. I mean, we saw such a big improvement from them. Just a will to play, the energy. I mean, it was unbelievable. When they sat down and got in a defensive stance and played defense, they looked like a totally different ball team. And that's just something interesting to talk about. Offense isn't quite there, but as Omega continues to put in her system in her first year, she's only had a few months with these ladies. You have to remember that. As she continues to put in her offense, she wants to run up tempo. As that continues to happen, the Indians will continue to score the ball and not turn it over as much as they have. They just need practice. But defensively, I took a lot of good things away. The only thing that I would talk about Omega too, and we can bring it up after the game, is weak side rebounding and just rebounding in general. They didn't seem to have a will to box out. I don't know if they've talked about it in practice, but that's something they need to look forward to, is boxing out and really working to fight and get that ball and get the rebound. So that's something that we just kind of want to look forward to. And if they can continue to not turn the ball over and rebound, this Mississinewa basketball team might not lose a whole lot of games this year if you look at it.
So we're getting ready to get underway with the JV. Their starters here in just a minute. Lakin Emmons, number 14, she's a starter. Sierra Vasquez, number 31, she's a starter. Jenna Berryhill, number 32. Taylor Ulrich, number 25. And Jasmine Horvath in the lineup here tonight as number 30. Defending up top is Lakin Emmons, all over Wrestler. So good defense by Horvath. Tried to intercept it. Here's a shot on the way. No good. A rebound. And another shot by number 12. That is Brittany Temple. And it was good. So here comes Ulrich running the point guard position across the timeline.
And it's kind of interesting to see. We haven't really talked about this yet, but also in her first year here at Mississinewa is Laura Friday. This is her first year as the JV coach. She came from Evansville as well with Omega that I'm aware of. I'm pretty sure.
Rebound fought for. So 2-0 here in the final quarter. Inbounding the ball. Here's a shot up. No. Shot up, no again, and another foul on Vasquez. That is her second foul.
So we just got an update on Miss Friday's status. She played at Evansville College. I don't think it was when Omega was there, but that's how they have the contact. We believe she coached middle school basketball or helped with a program at Kokomo High School. So that's kind of her background check. This is her first year at the high school level as the JV coach. So she is just as nervous as probably Omega and Corey is, because if we talk about Corey, he was the JV coach the last couple years, so this is his first year stepping into a new position as well. So it's a totally new staff.
Here's Horvath up top, needs to get rid of it, dribbles around. Now she's going to lose the ball, and she's being fouled.
I want to go ahead and thank Mrs. Scott for all the help that she did with the girls' basketball program the last couple of years. She was such a big help to what the Indians did and how they had a couple successful seasons there. She was a big part in that, but unfortunately she couldn't help this year. But thank you to her for all of her commitment and time for the girls' basketball program.
Ulrich trying to go around her defender, gets it to Vasquez. Vasquez looks, and now she's being fouled.
They're definitely going to blow the whistle for this one since it's the JV game, trying to teach the ladies.
This fourth period might take about 45 minutes to an hour to complete with all the whistles being blown. Thank God for a running clock.
Yeah, that's a good thing, but they're just trying to get them used to the high school basketball. Some of these are probably fresh. Well, I mean, Tipton's using the same team. They don't have a JV team, but for Mississinewa, I mean, a couple of these are freshmen, or almost all of them are freshmen, I believe.
Ulrich turns it over. Here's Horvath with an interception and gets to Vasquez before she travels. So now, inbounding the ball is going to be number 21, Emma Crawford. And she looks. Good defense by Emmons. Gets it in to number 3. Brooklyn Temple missed it. Taylor Ulrich with the rebound. Ulrich running the floor. And she threw it away and out. Back goes Tipton.
Unofficially 3 turnovers for the JV Lady Indians so far here. About 4 minutes in.
3 on the way from Temple, no good. Rebound fought for and kicked around. Crawford goes up. It looks like she had traveled or something. I don't know what happened there. The official was looking right at it and didn't even see it.
And they caught a foul there. I thought it looked like it was a clean on the ball, but we'll take the fouls they come.
2-0. 10:40 left in tonight's contest. In the corner. Taken away by Vasquez, and then she loses it and knocked out of bounds, and it's going to be Tipton ball. Number 33, Casey Sands, going to check into the lineup for the Lady Indians. Timeout, Tipton. 2-0, 10:16 left. Back after this on the Tribe Sports Network. Here's Temple going to launch a 2, and no good. Rebound, Vasquez. She's the only one fighting for it. She dribbles it out.
Might have carried there.
And another turnover on the Lady Indians. Shot up by Crawford, no. Shot up, no. Shot up Temple, no. Rebound, Vasquez. Vasquez has got to have at least 6 rebounds already. Here's a 3 by Jenna Berryhill in the corner. No. Shot up. No. Good defense by Berryhill getting back. 4-0. Here comes Lakin Emmons. And a turnover. I believe it is another turnover. And make that at least 500 turnovers here the entire night. Somewhere in between there. You know, we're being dramatic, but there's been a ton.
Unofficially 5 for the JV contest here so far for the Indians.
Add about a couple of zeros on there, and we'll be doing all right. Here is Vasquez. Let's see. There's going to be a foul, and it's going to go. The ball's going to be Indian ball. Number 12 set to check in, Amaris Hickman. Amaris Hickman into the lineup. Gets it to Lakin Emmons. Emmons across the timeline, looks. Goes around her defender, goes inside, goes up, and no. She gets her own rebound. Now she goes up again, no. Tipton comes away with it. Casey Sands fighting for the ball. And it's going to be Tipton off of the jump ball possession. 4-0. with 7:50 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Hickman. Hickman to Crawford. Slow paced here in this JV set. And shot up and good by number 12, Brittany Temple. And here comes Lakin Emmons. Jenna Berryhill, 2-point jumper, left is short, rebound Vasquez. She's getting knocked around down low. She's still fighting for it. And it's going to be jump ball. I think it's going to be Lady Indian basketball, and it is.
Unofficially, 7 rebounds for Sierra Vasquez. I don't know that it's quite 7, but unofficially, 5, 6, or 7.
Number 15 into the lineup, Candace Downham. She gets it to Emmons. And a turnover on the Lady Indians. Ulrich trailing defense, shot up, shot good, and now it's 8-0. Here's Berryhill, gets it to Ulrich. Ulrich looks. Now she goes across. Tries to get it to Berryhill. Berryhill grabs it. Now she throws it over to Casey Sands. Sands looks, loses control. Throws it to Ulrich, and now she's fouled. 6 minutes and counting left in the fourth quarter. 8-0 Tipton.
Also, just a quick reminder, make sure to stick around for the postgame show. Here on the Tribe Sports Network, we will have special guest Omega Tandy, the girls basketball coach, with us for the postgame interview to talk about some pros and cons and what is to happen going forward. So make sure you stick around for that much. And we'll break it down a little bit for you.
Inside, Berryhill shot up, no. And now Ulrich's going to... Here's a shot up by number 24, no good. Rebound, Jenna Berryhill. Now she's running with Ulrich beside her. Now she gives it to Ulrich. Ulrich with a shot fake, goes around her defender, puts up a little floater, left to short, no. Rebound, Hickman, but she was blocked. And back the other way comes Tipton.
Well, so far through this first quarter, it looks like it might be a little difficult for this JV team to score this year. So we're going to have to find some offense here coming down the stretch. If the Indians JV team wants to contest, they're going to have to score the basketball. They're not getting efficient shots.
Here's a pass in the corner. My number 32 shot was blocked. Now 14 with a rebound. She goes up and she misses. Shot up by 32. That is... I don't have number 32 on my roster. Yeah, I do. Peyton Arms is who it is. Now Ulrich goes to Hickman. Hickman looks. Now she's just standing with her back to the basket. She's got to get rid of it. And that's a 5-second back to the basket call and another turn. No, it's a timeout.
Timeout, Mississinewa. We will be back here on the Nicholson Realty scoreboard in 1 minute here on the Tribe Sports Network.
Back on the Tribe Sports Network, and Jasmine Horvath with the ball up top. Inside, Vasquez loses the ball. And it's a turnover. Tipton takes over.
Unofficially 7 for the JV Indians.
Let's see, there's going to be a foul. Fouls on number 14, Lycan Emmons. I think that's her second, the team's fourth, and it's a 10-0 lead, Tipton. You got to remember, this is a varsity team playing a JV team. Here's a 3 by Crawford. No, that was Temple. Ten to nothing, Tipton. And they're going to inbound the ball once again with 3:15 and counting. Do our best to get Coach Tandy up here as soon as possible. If not, we're going to wrap things up. Only a scrimmage. On normal games, we would talk to her. We'd stick around for a while, but with this being a scrimmage, if she do our best to get her up here as soon as possible, and if not, again, we will wrap things up. It's 10 to nothing with 2:15 counting in the JV portion of things. Again, a reminder, Mississinewa football will be live right here on Friday night with a pregame at 6:40. Turnover, Lady Indians on Jenna Berryhill. And I don't know, we've lost count. There's been so many. Vasquez with a rebound. Now she's going to try to run it up the court. She's running, gets it to Lycan Emmons. Emmons is looking. Emmons drives inside, jumper up. Jumper is good from the free throw line. So Lycan Emmons gets her first 2 points and the first 2 points of the JV season. Here's Temple, goes inside, pass up and good. And the lead goes back to 10 with 2 minutes left. Here's Emmons across the timeline, gets it to Jenna Berryhill. Berryhill fakes, step back, jumper on the way from Berryhill, no good. Emmons tries to get the rebound and out of bounds. It's 12-2 with 1:40 and counting left in the JV portion. Good defense by the Lady Indians, and now they're going to call a foul with 90 seconds left. Looks like a WWE contest on the floor. Just going back and forth, beating and banging around on each other. Foul after foul. As Jim Brunner would say, they're knocking them into the first row of the bleachers. Second row, third row. Heck, they might even knock them into the fifth row.
Well said, Dalton.
Running the other way comes Tipton.
Well, let's not debunk his legacy, though. Jim Brunner.
That is the legend of Indiana sports right there.
Yes, he's been announcing Marion.
How long has it been? 70, 80 years?
Football and basketball for over 55 years. So that is an accomplishment in his own right. For somebody to do something that long is just unbelievable. I have full respect and credit for Jim Brunner. He's did so much for the game of basketball in the state of Indiana. It is ridiculous.
Horvath was still trying to go back the other way, and it was knocked out of her hands.
Good game.
And now it's 12-2. 46.4 left in the fourth. Pass inside and just threw it out of bounds, and another turnover. 12-2. 46-4. Here's a pass. Lady Indians fighting for it. Here's Lycan Emmons. Emmons goes inside. She goes up, and she is fouled. I think she's going to the free throw line.
See, that was a little shake and bake there by Lycan Emmons. That's a little binga-da-bomba-da-boom-a-da-ba. Ends up being all right.
To compare her to an NBA player on that play, looked like Lance Stevenson shaking and baking in through the traffic and going up. And Emmons' free throw was up and in, and she has all three of the Lady Indians' points. One more free throw for Emmons to come. One more. Let's see if Emmons can have all four. And this free throw is up and nothing but the bottom of the net. Lakin Emmons with all 4 Lady Indian points in this JV portion of things. Pressure by the Lady Indians. Here comes Crawford, or no, that is Wrestler. Temple floater, no good. Rebound up and in, and make it 14-4 with 20 seconds and counting. Let's see if Lakin Emmons can make it 6 points for the Lady Indians. Here's Berryhill, fakes a 3, no.
And like we
Now
said,
Emmons, she threw it away.
like we said, the Lady JV team is going to struggle this year with all of the young talent that they have. Almost 3/4 the team is made up of freshmen, so
Turnover, Lady Indians, and that's the way it's going to end. 14-4. Lakin Emmons with all 4 JV Lady Indian points.
and in girls basketball, you're not going to have a freshman team, so this is why you got so many freshmen playing JV basketball. But we're going to go ahead and take a quick break. We're going to wait for Omega Tandy once she talks to our team, and we'll get the interview. We'll be back here once Omega gets up here in a few minutes on the Tribe Sports Network.
We're back on the Tribe Sports Network. Coach Tandy is still in the locker room. She hopefully to be up in approximately 10 minutes. We'll be back on the Tribe Sports Network. Welcome back on the Tri Sports Network, and Coach Tandy is making her way up here to the booth, and we'll see what she has to say.
We are back here on the Tribe Sports Network, and joining us here in the booth is Mrs. Omega Tandy. Omega, how are you this afternoon, and what did you think of tonight?
I am doing great. My voice is shattered, which happens to me during the season, but I'm really excited. We saw some positive things. We turned the ball over 34 times in 3 quarters, and so obviously those are things that we have to clean up. But I think that when you're playing our style and when you introduce our style, in the very beginning, we expected to have high turnovers. We're going to get those down. We need to rebound more and do more rebounding drills in practice and kind of go over rebounding a little bit more than what we have been. But I saw some positive things. We saw light and shine spots of what we do. And so I'm excited.
What are some pros that you can take away from this scrimmage that will prepare you not only for Taylor, but games down the road? What are some things that you can build on from tonight?
Well, I think that when the team went zone, I'm really confident in our team's ability to score against the zone. I also thought when we pressed, we did a really good job disrupting what Tipton wanted to do. I saw some very good things in our defense and our half-court defense as well. And so we're going to take those things moving forward. We're a 4-quarter pressing team. And so I wanted to see how disciplined our team would be with those first 2 quarters not being able to press. So we'll build off those things.
Talking defense real quick, as the game progressed and even started, the defense looks so much more mentally tough and better than last year. It looks like the girls have taken a huge step and buying into that defensive role and really sitting down and playing, 30-plus seconds of defense. What did you think about that tonight?
We did a really good job defensively. You know, we introduced a pretty tough defensive concept, and we thought that it would take 2 to 3 weeks for the girls to get. They've bought in, and they're getting it. We have some things we need to clean up, but it takes games for us to clean those things up. And so I'm really excited about the foundation we set for our defense.
Now, as you look forward to Taylor, as you said in the pregame, the only thing to worry about was Tipton. But as we preview Taylor a little bit, what are some things what do you think that they could run, or how do you think you ladies will do on the road against a good Taylor basketball team?
Yeah, Taylor's very scrappy. They have a lot of guard play. They're young, but they play a lot of freshmen that got some experience last year, and so they're very well coached. And their coach knows how to play an up-tempo basketball game. So I expect them to press us all game. I expect it to be a battle up and down, but I expect our girls to be able to be disciplined and mentally tough to get the win.
And you heard it from the coach herself. That's Omega Tandy in her first season at the helm here at Mississinewa High School. We want to thank her very much for coming up here tonight, and good luck this season. Good luck Saturday as we continue to go forward.
Thank you very much.
Welcome back and a final good night from Mississinewa High School. I'm Ryan Scott. Alongside with us tonight is Josh Dakin and Dalton Bishop. Have a pleasant evening.